Did you know that every person you meet has two lighthouses? What do you mean, two lighthouses? Yes, the seen and the unseen. Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I have a new book called The Shrouded Lighthouse, How to Uncover the Silver Lining in Every Situation Shift. I delve deep into the inner work that needs to be done in order to mature spiritually. Now, this book is the follow-up to my 2019 release, The Holographic Relationship. In this book, I will talk about the two lighthouses. Go to my website right now to pre-order. The pre-order link is theshroudedlighthouse.com. The first 500 people to do so, you will get an autographed copy. Thank you all for supporting my work. We're about to change the game with this book. I appreciate you guys for always supporting the work that I do. I look forward to getting your feedback on this new book. Thank you.
Black revolutionary.
Damn, I should have finished that movie so I could get some.
No, it's I ain't gonna mess it up for you.
That you're
You gonna be
recording
like,
the audio,
or you gonna be like,
and we just recorded with two live cameras. So
I don't know, man, but it was
both
great.
cameras recording the whole time.
Oh, it's on now?
Yep. Both cameras are rolling. All right. So this is your main camera.
Okay, that's fine. And the visual's good, audio's good, right?
Yes.
That's all I care about. So we can go.
We'll just count the three cameras.
Just count me in, and then I'm ready.
So we can just double check or
You finna empty out your colostomy bag?
your bomb ass up. Look at my toothpick away.
Man,
Crank.
Little colostomy bag full of tapioca. Your kidneys don't work, nigga.
Y'all don't know.
look at the
So,
mic.
New York, what's up, man? What's poppin'?
Yeah, that-
King
that's
of
great.
Kings.
Better now.
it's good now.
The light skin
So
campfire.
always fucking with me. But he funny though. I
All right,
like.
guys, I'm out.
All right, thank you, bro.
All right, thank you.
I don't really like people talking to me.
Mike,
That's
where
not
did we stop?
comics.
What else happened?
That nigga
Just
funny.
don't worry about it. It'll just cancel out. That one is just a record button right here.
They got that elderly.
I got the Valentine's hat on
Hit
for
that
the.
button. You can see it.
Bought
like, come
myself a
out.
Valentine's hat. You know what I mean? That's what I did for
Top here.
the Alpha Male merch.
Right here.
So-
The button at the top here is black.
Appreciate everybody on here.
Just count me in, I'm ready.
Y'all getting like a behind the scenes.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Yo, this is the ZoWhat Morning Show, and this is what motherfucking Mercury retrograde looks like. We had to nigger rig the whole situation. We had to record this show as opposed to going live to YouTube. Hey man, I believe in Mercury retrograde because it's been on my ass this whole time. Communications have broken down, all types of shit have broken down, but that's not gonna stop me from doing this show. You already know what we do on the ZoWhat Morning Show. Before we get into the topic, we promote black-owned businesses. There's a couple of black-owned businesses that I need you guys to go support ASAP, namely mine. I need you to go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. Of course, that is the pre-order link for my new book that's dropping this June 2021. You got to go there right now. I think we're almost at 200 pre-orders right now in the week and a half that we put up the link. So continue to hit that link. It does work. It might take a little longer, but that's all right. theshroudedlighthouse.com. Also, support Total Package Energy. They have pea protein. They got energy shots. This is what keeps me straight. B12, vitamin C, nanotechnology. Take it, pop it under your tongue. Absorbs into your body 8 times faster than tablets. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Also, X-Wolf. You guys promote X-Wolf too.
Yeah.
You got the little commercial. Well, ain't no commercial today. This is the nigga, this is for your stick, dog. This is for your wood. This is Negro eugenics. This is black-owned business. The eugenics for Negroes. I'm just saying it's a testosterone booster. We put up all of the ingredients on the screen usually, but Sara can't do that today. I don't know why, but it's got Tonkat Ali, maca root powder. Like I said, this is a testosterone booster. Go to xlabssups.com. Now somebody in my chat room recently said, Zo, you be promoting stuff that we all can't use. So why do I have to talk to you about it? If you know you can't use it, I'm confused. It's not for you.
You know what niggas are.
Your shit.
Walk them in through it.
Ain't no everybody pills out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Something different on everybody. Take what applies to you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know your dick dead when herbs don't work no more. Your dick dead. When natural shit don't work on your dick, it's over, nigga.
Get you some sour sop. You be all right.
If sour sop don't work,
It's over.
your shit dead.
Cut it off.
Oh man, xlabssups.com. Please support these black-owned businesses. Also support the HuriKane Report, H-report.news. Again, this is the, and you know, we're gonna talk about this today because the topic is amazing. There's some people who call themselves FBA. I'm talking about black folk, right? Who call themselves FBA, right? Foundational Black Americans. My homeboy Tariq Nasheed created that. Then you have my other homeboy Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell. They call themselves ADOS, right? American Descendants of Slaves. What I love about the HuriKane Report is their news is geared towards those people who call themselves either ADOS or FBA. So I get a lot of my news stories from their website. You guys should go support this company, the HuriKane Report. All right? What else? Did I promote everything? I think I hit everything. Hey, We Juice, we'll see you when you come back on. I want to get into the topic. So, in light of everything that's going on, we talking about George Floyd. I mean, we can go back so far. I mean, Jesus. Just for millennials' sake, Oscar Grant, Tamir Rice, Mike Brown. Who? Sandra Bland.
What about Tasha? That killed in the liquor store in Korea?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, again, and what I'm starting to see in these stories, right, is that the oppression of black people in general has never let up. I'm talking about here in America. You see black people in America smoking that pipe that they've made it or that they've somehow crossed over.
Right.
And everything is good. Have you ever seen black people, and I'm talking about Americans, sit around and talk about, man, Haiti is in a bad way. You know, ever since, you know, because that's the only country that ever defeated slavery and the white man and white supremacy outright.
Right.
And you'll see black people here in America talking like, man, do you see the plight of Haiti? You know, all the economic sanctions, all the food embargoes, all of the shit that keep them poor. Right. And then we can ascertain that that's because they beat the French. And we talk like that's our victory. Damn, you see how they are over there? What I'm starting to realize with everything that's going on right now, that these motherfuckers is still oppressing us in much the same way that they oppress Haiti, but a little bit more sophisticated.
Right.
Let me give you the topic. The return of Black Jesus. Who believes in him more, the government or the people he was sent to save? Oh shit. As long as it's still working. The return of Black Jesus. COINTELPRO, we all know what that is, right?
Definitely.
This white man was looking for the Black Messiah, right? Now my question is, do we still believe in the Black Messiah? Do we believe we can produce a Black Messiah? Do we believe in the necessity for a Black Messiah? Is white supremacy up by so many points that they're not really concerned about the return of a Black Messiah? Y'all thoughts on that, Kraig, Grady?
I feel like they know we are, like, you know, the dude you always quote, Krishnamurti.
Krishnamurti, yeah.
There's, I know I'm gonna say the quote wrong, but there's no healthy way to integrate into a sick society, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I believe that they know that we are so sick that we just gonna kill them anyway. Anytime somebody, you know, comes close to having that type of potential, or having the ability to, you know, get groups of people to be, you know what I'm saying, galvanized or excited or energized by anything that could further our cause, they know we're not gonna protect them. We either gonna kill them or let them be killed. So I really don't think they give a fuck. I think they think we so far gone that it don't even matter.
It don't even matter.
The Jesus that they say that, you know, if Jesus was real, if he was here, you know what I'm saying, I don't think he could help us.
Well,
Go ahead, I like that.
one thing you gotta understand about our people. We do shit when it benefits us individually. So it's almost like when he is trying to run and say we want to help my black people, you're gonna have a group of motherfuckers. The first thing they're trying to do is to discredit him. Now, in order to discredit a motherfucker, the person that's doing the discrediting should be and must be credible. Okay? So niggas already know they're not gonna listen to one dude telling them what to do. Period. The Anglo-Saxons already know niggas is gonna shit on each other as a whole. Cause you're too fucking caught up in, I don't know him, I don't know her.
Where you from?
Where you from?
Who you know, nigga?
Normal nigga shit, right? So at the end of the day, them Anglos know. Niggas is never gonna stand together. Never, as a whole,
But
never.
Why do you think that is?
We're not taught it. You have to be taught what to do. Black people as a whole, even if you let the truth be there, but the lie is more entertaining. Niggas pay attention to the lie, they don't pay attention to the fucking truth.
But what is the truth? The truth is what you choose to believe.
And that depends on the individual.
Yeah.
So now if a guy could have been saying, okay, well, we need to support all black businesses. It's gonna be one dude to say, well, that's truthful.
Right.
But then it's gonna be another dude that think like you and say, hey, I don't really know the business. I don't want to put my money in your bank.
And most black businesses got bad service. Most black businesses,
But that's the propaganda
They
because a
took
lot of
up the
niggas
price.
ain't been to black businesses as a whole. If this is when you can say, okay, let's do what the Anglos do. Let's do the consent. Let's do the census.
right?
Nobody in this fucking room has spent their money with 100 black businesses. None of us, including Grady. So just because you had a bad situation with 2 or 3, don't put that propaganda out there. Now fix that one.
I like that.
Cause niggas ain't spent 100 times with 100 businesses. None of us.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're so fractured that leaks over into our ability to dissect information. So we're more comfortable with fractured partial truth than complete truth.
Right.
So we'll take something that's a little bit that could be a little bit good. You know what I'm saying, and say fuck all the other layers behind it. You know what I'm saying. We just want to go with this partial truth that has some type of hope attached to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's crazy because when you look at what war is today, America has always been ahead of everybody technologically speaking. So that's never been a problem for America in terms of military and physical guns, missiles, ballistics, whatever, planes, ships. America has always been a little bit ahead of everybody, especially.
And these parts are built from other countries. They
Right.
have American-made parts, right?
Right.
Okay.
But what I'm looking at now is war is mainly mental. So when you see, say, President Trump, first white president to be impeached twice, but also to be acquitted twice.
Uncle Dummy is what I call it.
Again, when I said this years ago, I said, man, politics is a show. Just like Shakespeare, right? The world is a stage, and everybody has their role to play, and everybody has their entrances and exits, right? This man played a role. He was villainized. That's what I was going to ask you. Can the government create a false excitement based on a false narrative to get people to participate in some shit that really doesn't lead to change, i.e. Barack Obama, Kamala Harris? Is the government so good at psychological warfare that they can create a false story to get us all to buy into for a moment of, okay, I guess things are getting better?
Well, you can look at the words in the dictionary. White folks made them up. Okay? So if I want to control niggas, if I want to control the narrative, I control everything.
Right.
I control what you see and hear.
Right.
If we said the news is parasitic, then why do we keep seeing it? We see it every day. And it's bullshit news. It's nothing good because, you know, the way that the white folks, they just love tearing up shit. Right. I think they love it. They be like, watch this. Let's do tyranny. Let's do treachery. Let's do all these evil things to motherfuckers. One of the battle rappers, Loaded Luck, said, "Isn't it evil to live backwards?" He just spelled evil.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He just said, "Isn't it evil to live backwards?" He just spelled live, but you know, flip. I was like, whoa,
right.
This a battle rap nigga, right? So when you think about it, this is they shit, man.
All of it.
This they shit.
Your thoughts?
Oh man, I think the binding factor is emotion. Emotions validate fantasy, man. So they always try to get us emotional about something, angry about something, and we become jaded and controlled and led and fed by the emotion of it, and it attaches to the ego. And now, you know, you're getting to a point where you're not even controlling you and your own body.
Look at that.
Shit.
You know.
Yeah. Look at that. Surveillance of Black Lives Matter movement recalls COINTELPRO. Now this is interesting. This is written by the Huffington Post. On March 8th, 1971, most Americans were fixated on their TV sets as Joe Frazier was about to dance with his nemesis Muhammad Ali in the fight of the century. In the 15th round of the match at Madison Square Garden, Frazier landed a left hook that sent Ali crashing to the mat. The winner was determined the unanimous champion. Frazier maintained his undefeated status, and Ali took the first loss of his professional career. The greatest and outspoken anti-war, pro-black activist had fallen. But in the shadow of his defeat came the demise of the U.S. intelligence program that had sought to undermine the very causes Ali championed. Now, this is supposed to be in 1971. They're basically saying COINTELPRO ended in 1971. This is tying back into my initial conversation about, can the government manufacture excitement on some superficial shit? And I'm tying this to Black Lives Matter, just like this article is. Who funds Black Lives Matter?
LGBT, the gay motherfuckers.
They say Soros.
Oh man, George Soros, yeah, my bad, yeah.
But they have that.
Yeah.
They have that agenda tied in.
So it's really taken away from Black Lives Matter.
But look, this is what I mean by mind control.
Okay.
MK Ultra type shit. If you funded by the establishment, how are you lumped into the COINTELPRO, which is looking for the Black Messiah?
One more time, just so I can process.
If you are funded by
George Soros.
right, the powers that be, George Soros, the establishment, how are you lumped in to the COINTELPRO, who is looking for the Black Messiah.
Right.
See, we know that there's some fugazi shit going on with Black Lives Matter in terms of who's bankrolling them, in terms of what ideas they're pushing. You go to their website, what are they pushing?
Man.
They're pushing LGBT, they pushing trans. First off, less than 2% of the black population is trans.
Right.
So how does that get catapulted up to, you know, up here on the list of priorities to be dealt with?
Right.
Right? This is mind control right here in front of us. Black Lives Matter is being surveilled by the FBI, and this harkens back to COINTELPRO. They're not looking for them.
No.
But they will associate stories like this to make it seem like Black Lives Matter is for the people.
Right.
Where did all of the billions go after George Floyd was killed?
In the dildo research. All they give a fuck. They give more fucks about sex toys and how to get a bitch off than they care about our issues.
Real shit.
They ain't built. I mean, I'm just saying, man.
They wasn't trying to go get the cops that killed all those black people, all those black men, those sons, those fathers, those brothers, those nephews, those uncles.
And then your president, or the ex-president, Donald Trump, gets off for the second time.
I just said it to you. I don't think you heard me.
Say it again.
It's their shit.
Of course.
So it don't matter. It's their shit. White folks love to do shit like that. Just because Kraig, Grady, and Zoe can't use words like emancipation, freedom.
Spending money on. Dick pussies, nigga.
Whoa.
That's what they spend their bread on.
That's what they spend.
And then you could go into, I could go into that. You could go into that as a topic. So you got to look at it from their perspective. Grady, Kraig, and Zoe can't use words like freedom, emancipation,
Right.
liberty.
Why not?
It don't fuck with us.
It ain't even for us. in this society.
Never. He just did it. He just showed you.
Mm-hmm.
Trump just said, I'm gonna do all I can. I'm gonna create this whole situation, and then say, get them back to Miami, send them on, whatever. And next, hey, I'm gonna fuck over a lot of people. Watch this. America is the big dog,
And then let them off the hook.
cause it's their homie.
So
I'm gonna pardon who I want to pardon.
Exactly. So according to RT.com, they just did the whole article. Judas and the Black Messiah exposes Black Lives Matter for the establishment-controlled bourgeois bullshitters they are.
Man. Boule motherfuckers.
The new Black Panther movie is one of the best of the year, but it is being critically misinterpreted in order to scuttle working class solidarity in favor of maintaining the status quo through racial hysteria. Now, just please understand, man. If you're not the author of the ideas you think on a regular, you're subject to the definitions that your oppressors give you. So however shit is defined, if you're not the motherfucker doing the defining,
Right.
you're subject to whatever they say is the truth. Their truth, authored by them, will become your truth, accepted by you.
Right.
Now, this movie is revealing some shit that they will fund. Like, they said this shit ended in 71.
To my COINTELPRO.
Yeah,
How?
71 is 50 years ago.
What year they killed Bunchy Carter? That was after 71.
That was
right?
after 71.
This shit is still happening. We are still being infiltrated with all these different narratives. And what they do, they will bread up motherfuckers from our community to be a part of the narrative or take credit for the narrative. But in fact, they're carrying out an agenda, like this article said, for the establishment. Let me ask you this question. Is the Black Messiah something mystical? Is it something biblical? Is it something spooky? Is this like a real thing? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's fake. Now let me correct me if I'm wrong, but you have monotheism, and then what's the other? Monotheism is the belief in multiple or one, and then the other is called polytheism. So from my understanding, when you have a monotheistic point of view, some people say that crystallizes your pineal gland or whatever, or basically it gives you a more black and white view of the world. You're not seeing things in 3D because you're under the impression that whatever it is that's going to save you or give you hope or whatever can only come from one place. You're not seeing things in a multifaceted way, right? So if we're looking for one black messiah, I feel like that's a derivative of that pattern of thought, to where if we're looking for one motherfucker instead of 100 black messiahs, I feel like that puts us in a position where we're thinking in black and white, because now we're waiting on this one fantastic Jackie Robinson, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Prince, all in one nigga. and that just don't exist, you know what I'm saying? It's like there are people who are just as great, but on a wide scale, on a broad scale, we only accept, maybe physical greatness across the board. We don't really accept mental greatness across the board because it's subjective. If somebody disagrees, they feel like that's taking something. I must be on. I must be on Zoe's level because I have a rebut for what he's saying that I feel is grounded in enough education and enough reason. So now we become combative. But with physical manifestations of greatness like sports, Tyson knocks a nigga out. There's no debate to that.
It's over.
You feel what I'm saying? So we need to breed a generation of niggas that are smart like Zoe but got Tyson hands. So when a nigga that's not worthy is trying to rebut some shit, he can just go boop boop. You know what I mean? But that'll never happen because the energies it takes to do what Zoe does. The energy and the focus and the willpower to get from point A to Z on an intellectual level is more of a rigorous task than an athletic level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got a lifetime. If you live 90 years, you got 90 years. Well, whatever year you become conscious from that day forward until you're 90, you can keep improving. But as an athlete, eventually I'm gonna decline.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point. Grady?
Everything you just said was spot on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just feel that most of the time we like to be in our own world when it comes to their shit, right? So then when they come in, like, we always trying to find somebody to save us. And we all have a personal responsibility to be like, okay, well, that doesn't mean, like Kraig said, if it's one cat that's trying to be the leader, well, what's wrong with following him? We follow Jesus Christ, and you ain't never met the nigga.
That's an air handshake.
You never met the nigga, right?
Right.
That's niggas' handshake. That's niggas' problem. So it's nothing wrong with following Malcolm. Like one thing, the narrative that they always put every Black History Month, we only see King and we see Malcolm X. Nobody talks about Mega. No one talks about Stokely Carmichael. Nobody talks about Julian Bond. You gotta understand, this is their shit. So it's 298 countries in the world. We don't have to fucking be here. So what difference does it make? This is all hogwash we doing up here. Who gives a shit? You ain't finna go nowhere. He owns your electricity. He owns the tools you have to build your crib.
Water, shelter.
It's his
land.
shit.
Yeah.
So when niggas understand that, be like, this really, when we get sick and tired of being sick and tired, then we'll move. So all that shit don't matter because every nigga follow Jesus Christ.
But see, and I see your point, but the question, again, is they believe something that we don't.
Self-power.
No.
Self-power. They just showed you the bullshit they put their money in. It's a white dude that said, you know what, let's make dildos because we done chopped off Mandingo dick and then let's put this out in the 1900s.
No, but listen to this.
A white boy said, I'm going to invent the man dick, nigga.
A dick pussy.
Ain't a dick pussy.
No, but listen to this, because I believe that's
this part. This is their shit.
I believe that's part of the distraction.
Of course.
But I believe they believe something about black people that black people are no longer believers in.
Oh, wow.
Self-power.
No, they believe.
Okay.
Just like, you remember the crazy motherfucker, Charles Manson?
Yeah.
Remember that interview he had?
The pimp. Yeah, I like him. I call him the pimp.
You remember that interview he had about when he was in jail and he talked about black folk?
Right.
And that motherfucker said, no, black folk are the ones with the power. They just gotta wake up.
Right.
And when they wake up,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
That's what I just said. Self-power.
So here, I'm talking about, they believed, I'm saying the government itself.
Okay. I was just saying our problem is self-power.
No, our problem is we don't think we have it.
We saying the same thing.
Okay, we just
saying the
saying
same thing, big bro.
But they believe it's dormant.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that they cannot for 1 second take their foot off our neck at any point in time, because if we have one respite where we could go, hey, you know what? It is about us.
Right.
It is about what we do, what we believe, what we think, and how we work together. They will fucking never give us that moment of clarity. They will constantly send streams of what I call psychological warfare through propaganda.
Yeah.
You saw, I read two pieces of 2 articles. One article is saying Black Lives Matter is being fucking surveilled, and it reminds us of the COINTELPRO time. Another article says, no, they just got revealed for the bourgeoisie status or system supported group that they are. Bullshitters. Using black struggle, right?
Yeah.
As a platform to put out all these different narratives that got us confused as fuck. I was talking to a 24-year-old girl, 25-year-old girl, the day before yesterday, before her birthday. She works at the cigar lounge. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sister.
Her biggest enemy is black men.
Wow. But she works with them.
But she, to her credit, she says, I have never experienced any brothers like y'all in my experience. And I said, one thing I can't do is marginalize what you went through.
Of course.
If you went through some bullshit, it was bullshit. And I'm not here to say it was diet bullshit or light bullshit. I'm not here to grade the bullshit you went through. If you categorize it as bullshit, it was bullshit. I'm gonna leave it there. But where do your ideas about black men come from?
Right.
Does it come from academia, or does it come from your experience, or a combination of both? See, because what tends to happen is
Probably
you
should've
go
gave one
through
of your
some
books.
fuck shit in your life and you ain't got words to explain it. And then if you're in college, you get a certain level of ideas and concepts that come from there, from academia.
Yeah.
And then you start to mold that to the experience you went through.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She said black men have male privilege just because we're men. We got male privilege. I said, you mean the same black man they said was 3/4 of a man?
Yeah.
The same black man who is technically the ward of white supremacy. When a nigga get out of line with this country, what the fuck happened?
Man,
He
death
out
or
of there.
jail.
He out of there.
I said, it's only,
What privilege, yeah.
I told the sis, I said, you don't have no facts, you just have concepts.
Oh, you just have feelings.
Emotions.
Yeah, but no concepts though.
Right.
You attach your feelings that come from the traumatic event to some ideas that some academician gave you,
Right.
and now you have a definition for what you've been through.
Ain't that a part in the car, academician? That's next to the tranny, right?
But that's
That's a good one.
but then, where's the empirical data that backs it?
There is none.
I just think you have to put it in the what you call it, layman terms for people. When white folks want to control us, they will. And guess what happened? They gonna control us because we not finna let none of you niggas have a new rebellion.
Right.
None of you niggas. So let's give you the iPhone. Let's change the real structure in the home, Grady, Zoe, Kraig, you niggas gotta leave home. Let your baby mama, my baby mama, raise the children without you niggas. Right. Because now the sisters say, well, shit, I can take care of myself without him. They have programs like that in Florida, in a lot of the communities. So these white folks, they know what they doing. They know what they doing. But we guarantee you, won't none of you niggas be Gabriel Prosser, Denmark Vesey, Toussaint, Nat Turner, Crispus Attucks. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Right.
None of you niggas are bold enough to have a rebellion, because your own ain't gonna ride with you.
We need a new language, man. I don't give.
We had to have it.
We got, because I feel like a lot of people, like when we couldn't read in this country, I felt like we were more dangerous because the programming wasn't installed into us. Yeah. I feel like once we dove into the English language and you know we became programmed, they're able to control the dog whistle. You know what I'm saying? The dog whistle in politics is coded language that they use to galvanize a certain base without creating conflict. So like for us, like if they're trying to galvanize a white audience and they're saying a black story on the news, they may, instead of saying William Bradford, they may say Big Willie Thompson. And then all the redneck white boys is gonna know that's a nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big Willie.
It's Big Willie.
It's Big Willie.
It's the coded language. So we just need to figure out a way to decompress and deprogram.
But what you're saying right now is what we did spiritually as Africans when we went into Cuba.
Yeah.
Right? That's where Santeria.
Yeah.
Right? South America. Right?
Brazil.
The Africans had a belief system. It was Ifa, Yoruba. Well, now it turns into Santeria because the slave master said you gotta worship Jesus and the saints. So we're gonna take all of the saints and rename them. You get what I'm saying?
It's
still gonna be our belief,
yeah,
but they're gonna go by the names that the oppressor used. See, that was speaking a different language.
Right.
And also using the language of the slave master against them.
Right. And you still got somebody as called a parishioner, he's still calling you a nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
He's still calling you a nigga.
Yeah.
It's found in Deuteronomy and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Yeah. So right here, the FBI began COINTELPRO, short for Counterintelligence Program, in 1956 to disrupt the activities of communist parties in the United States. In the 60s, it was expanded to include a number of domestic groups, such as the Ku Klux Klan, the Socialist Workers Party, and the Black Panther Party. All First off, stop. Was y'all looking for the white messiah with the Ku Klux Klan?
They were.
No, they weren't.
I mean,
they know who they be. Them motherfuckers ain't got no messiah.
I'm just saying, they know though.
Can the black messiah be white? I'm just saying, what if he was raised around niggas?
Well,
what if he was raised on the south side of Chicago?
Like white boy Rick was selling all that.
You just said something.
Detroit.
You just said something powerful. Can the black messiah be white?
Yeah, he can.
He has been.
Yeah, for years.
The same picture Florida Evans got on her wall.
Real shit.
Right. Do you understand?
Real shit.
And that should tell you right there we're insane. Because your Messiah is his nephew.
Right, that's crazy.
Johnny, take your ass outside and cut the grass. That's your Messiah, though, cutting his uncle's grass.
Yeah, that's why shit.
Do you understand?
Man,
Now, if we don't break up with that shit, these motherfuckers wasn't looking for no Messiah. It was never stated in their literature that they were looking for a Messiah from the Klan.
Right.
If you do the research and study the Klan, these motherfuckers are a secret society. They call themselves Christians. They were born out of a secret society
to control the labor class.
To control the free slaves.
Right.
Because after 1865, they didn't want the free slaves to go to the voting ballot as a citizen.
And they said, hey, release
so they created a terrorist group. Yeah. And the motherfucker who created the terrorist group was a Mason.
Right.
What's the white man's name?
Who gives a shit?
Y'all remember the white man? He got a statue.
I don't remember.
Motherfucker got a statue in D.C. right now.
And did well. I'd love to catch a fair one with his great grandkid. That would be beautiful.
Would you fight his great
Yeah, I'd
grandkids?
knock his great granddaughter out. Fuck that bitch.
You knock his.
It might be in the bloodline. We got to get rid of that bloodline. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm playing.
I forgot his name. Albert Pike.
Yeah.
December 29, 1809 to April 2nd, 1891. Albert Pike was an American author, poet, orator, editor, lawyer, jurist, and prominent member of the Freemasons who served as an associate justice of the Arkansas Supreme Court from 1884 or 64 until the Trans-Mississippi Department in May 1865. Again, this motherfucker created the KKK. A white terrorist organization. Black people are put on the same level of domestic terrorism as such, KKK. Has the Nation of Islam ever done any lynchings of white folk? No. Like, let's just look at the nation's history of violence. Have they ever done shit that's on the same level as the KKK?
No.
But are they perceived to be on the same level as the KKK in terms of domestic terrorism?
Well, they are perceived because they can rally. I mean, we had a 1 million man march, and that could be a
We had two of them.
Two of them.
But that ain't gonna do shit.
They put that. I just want to know how come we didn't fuck nothing up, man. It's a million.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
man.
the crazy shit is,
Nick could have stole a $5 footlong or something, man. We could did something rebellious.
now they had in the books that he was funded by the CIA.
Who?
Farrakhan.
Oh wow.
In what book?
If you go to Philly, and I'm around nothing but Sunnis, they have a place where Malcolm X went to Philly. I think his brother's name is Muhammad, I believe. But this shit is for real. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these fucking cameras, like, Kraig just said something that was profound. Niggas never tore up shit. The fuck are you marching for? You should not be marching. Should not be marching. We do all this. We're the journalists. Fuck all that. Now, all these niggas is warriors. Then the black lady said, and Malcolm X, he was like, Muslims only get involved when you mess with another Muslim. That's how
what I
niggas
want you
think.
to do, Grady. I gotta see that book.
Yeah, I see that.
Get me that book,
Yeah.
and I will read it, because what I'm saying is, historically speaking.
No, I said this was said to discredit the movement.
Right.
Lies won't always get further than the truth.
Right.
So when Malcolm was talking, when he was in the streets of Harlem, you could see OG sitting behind him, like, go ahead and talk, brother. You can see,
Right.
Farrakhan saying, go ahead and talk, brother. This in the 60s.
Right.
You gotta understand, Muhammad Ali, his homies, he had 3 or 4 of his homies murdered in the 60s, and he was saying, fuck the white man. Fuck your war. Medgar Evers, that's his buddy, Muhammad Ali, that's his man.
Right.
He was murdered, right?
Right.
Martin Luther King, he was murdered, right?
Right.
Malcolm was murdered, right?
Yeah.
Okay then.
There's more than that.
I'm just saying, these was his buddies. Yeah. These were his friends.
Do you think white supremacy and the white supremacist government that we live in right now understand that although it's rare for a Malcolm to manifest, a Martin to manifest, a Tupac to manifest, although it's rare, every one of us have the potential to be that?
I agree.
I think so. I just feel like we said in the beginning, we don't need one. How come Kraig can't be the leader of the Kraig movement?
Right.
But they did it in the movie The Black Messiah.
Right.
With the crowns, we're gonna roll with the Panther Party.
And that makes sense, but the problem is our people love dividing us up.
Of course. Because Kraig just said it. Some cats.
You guys said it earlier.
He said it earlier. He was like,
we were taught to divide.
So you was like, no, we don't know him.
Right.
Where he from?
Right. So
Give a shit.
We want peace, but we want the wrong kind of peace. We don't want a tangible peace. That's the problem. We think that
Okay.
this peace of motherfuckers not fighting and this peace and quiet is the right type of peace. That's not the right type of peace if it's not grounded in the right reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's the reality that's being dictated to us, like you can have this peace if you stay between Western Vermont and blah blah blah.
Right.
You know, that's not the right type of peace. It just depends on what collective peace do we want. I want land. I want property. I want something tangible.
Let's ask this question then.
Go ahead.
In our community, when I was a young boy, I was that man's complexion. You a light-skinned nigga. It's 3 light-skinned niggas on this platform here, right?
Right.
So if it's 3 tough, dark-skinned niggas, the first thing they gonna say is the light-skinned niggas can't be leaders.
Well, how is that possible?
Because they not tough. They put it in the movies, though.
Listen.
No, I'm just saying.
Farrakhan was light, or is light. Malcolm is light.
Right.
No,
Elijah Muhammad was like.
No, I agree. I said, but if you put dark skin, most niggas that be like, I'm not gonna listen to him because he's fair skinned.
Well, let's talk
because
about
he's gonna have the bullshit. Remember, that's another version of separation.
Right.
That's another version. Small shit like that. When we was in class and you get to join on the motherfucker, a dark skinned dude, somebody say, oh, you ugly, your mama so black, she, whatever. Or your mama so black, or your mama this and other.
Right.
You know,
Right.
African booty scratch, whatever.
Wow.
They don't have light skinned jokes that funny. That's real funny. They don't have any. Only thing they can say was your grandmama was raped by a white man.
Well, that's pretty hurtful, I think.
But it's not used because a child wouldn't say that.
Right.
An adult would say that. So when I showed you my great grandfather, white boy.
The skipper.
Yeah, he a white boy.
Too, Grandpa Goins. Nigga came here during the great potato famine. And
That's why niggas love potatoes now. Shit.
No, but Grady's grandfather looks like the skipper from Gilligan's Island. Hey, and I don't have.
Don't talk about me all day, nigga.
I don't have a picture of my I think he would be great grandfather, but his name was Top Jimmy.
Great. Yeah, it would be great.
It would be great grandfather. His name was Top Jimmy.
That's a motherfucker right there.
Yeah, man. But
He married Big Mama. Yeah, Big Mama
you know what's so funny? I bet you a lot of those cats that was in the Klan to go around and fuck with a Bessie underneath the table. That's what they did.
Well, that's what the Proud Boys do now.
Yeah, they still
All right, I was gonna say.
Right?
So they dissing us
Black pussy, they don't have no.
They
at all.
Right. White
That's why they'll
supremacy.
share. That's
Are
why
you
they'll
saying
share
white
the money.
supremacy and black pussy go together?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hell
I know it
no.
hurt, right? It has to hurt. It hurt.
They let black women breastfeed their babies
All
and
day.
watch their kids. Show me a picture of a nigga in the house alone with some white children in the early 1900s.
Never.
But you can find multiple pictures on the internet
100.
of a very
100.
curvaceous, beautiful,
You're
dark-skinned
absolutely
black
right.
woman with a white child to her breast.
That's a postcard now. They got it all on the internet. It's a postcard.
And they love their wives. I mean, they love the black women more than they love their wives in a lot of the situations.
Because of that.
While you guys are looking for pictures
Go
of
ahead.
your white grandfathers, I'm gonna read it.
Come on.
Look for your master. Look for the progenitor of your lineage.
We looking too, man. Craig really looking too. I'm gonna find that motherfucker so we can show him. Yo.
According to the Wall Street Journal, FBI abandons the use of the term black identity extremism. Bureau has recognized domestic terrorism categorization in favor of racially motivated violent extremism. Now, Washington.
Okay.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation director said the Bureau has abandoned the term black identity extremist as a part of a broad reconceptualization of how it thinks about racially motivated crime. First off, stop all of the word jargon. White people are the most dangerous domestic terrorists on planet Earth, let alone America.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Oh, that's your people, nigga.
Great grandfather, yeah.
Oh yeah, he probably had a hood.
Great. No, three greats. Yeah.
Damn. All right, he look Italian.
Yeah, see that black baby in his head?
I see.
I thought that was what I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's some.
This one ours.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He was no joke.
But see, let's recontextualize the reconceptualization of how the FBI thinks of racially motivated crime. Let me just break this down real quick. The FBI came to my house.
That's some scary shit.
My daughter answered the door. They came to my house because the Dallas shooter was a fan of my show. And he wrote a manifesto.
Really?
And he put my name, he put Dr. Boyce Watkins' name, I think he put Tariq's name, he put several other people's name, I think he even put Bobby's name.
Oh, wow.
In his manifesto.
Oh, shit.
Now, they come to my house and they ask, do you know him? I was like, no, I don't know this guy personally. But what was interesting was, you remember Jeff Brown was doing a comedy show down in Long Beach?
How long? This is
like a couple of years ago, around the time that the boy did that thing.
Right.
Come to find out, the Dallas shooter was at Jeff Brown's club.
Oh, that's crazy.
He came to LA to Jeff Brown's comedy event. And guess who's there with us?
Who?
Bobby. And guess what Bobby does? Bobby said, oh, let's get together and take a picture.
Oh, wow.
But he didn't know he was doing harm.
Nah, we didn't know him. We didn't know the brother. We
Okay.
didn't know the brother personally, none of us. Cause you know how it is. We do the shows, people see us in the street and be like, yo, I'm fucking with your shit, you know? All that happens. That happens to me in the airport, it happens to me wherever I go. Niggas be like, nigga, keep doing your shit, my nigga. This shit, you know, we watching, dog.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of environment.
Okay.
And I don't be going to clubs anyway. I'm pretty much a goddamn recluse. It's a lot to get me out.
Right.
Takes a lot. Anyway, motherfuckers take the picture. Or Bobby had somebody take the picture, we all in the picture.
Okay.
This motherfucker, we talking about propaganda, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We talking about mind control, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker take the picture. Bobby has the picture. I don't care about the picture because I don't know the nigga in the picture. I don't know who we took a picture with. I don't really care. It's whatever. I'm in the Bay Area with my son. He up there training. And that's when I hear about the shooting. But I hear about it from Bobby.
Right.
Nigga, do you know the nigga that was with us at the whoop wop? That motherfucker, I said, what? He said, yeah, man. I was like, oh shit.
Fuck with OG Bobby.
Because I didn't know the brother's name, you know, or anything like that. He just came to a comedy spot, we took a picture.
I want to see the picture. Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't have a picture.
We might be related.
Skipper, nigga.
That motherfucker look like
There you
two
go.
people in my family. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Whole player right there. Yeah.
So, what happens is, when that guy shot those cops in Dallas, somebody posted the picture on Twitter, with Geoff and Bobby cut out the picture. It was just me, and it said Zoe Williams and the Dallas shooter.
They tried to set
shit.
you up, man.
They tried to set me up because it was a dummy account.
If this was 1965, you would just be getting out of jail.
Do you feel me? It was a dummy account. It was a dummy account. It wasn't connected to anybody. No picture, no nothing. Zoe Williams knows the Dallas shooter. You know what I did? I replied to it with a picture of me and Hillary Clinton together at Quincy Jones's house.
You was at Quincy Jones' house, man. Damn.
And I said in the picture, just because I'm with Hillary Clinton, don't mean I know her. The FBI agent said, we saw that.
Wow.
That was smart. You got a gang of bitch niggas out here who are our problem. Talking shit about niggas who doing real shit.
Right.
I don't preach or teach violence or go do some shit. I ain't never taught that. But my words inspired that motherfucker in a negative way. And I felt bad about it. Like, that's not what I teach.
Right.
So what is it that you teach?
When I'm talking about an internal revolution.
Okay.
In much the same way as Krishnamurti spoke of the internal revolution. And that's what's gonna lead and heal our people. But that kid took what I said and twisted it in some kind of way, or took what Tariq said and twisted it, or took what Boyce said and twisted it some kind of way to mean go do this.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this, because something that you had said that was very, different to hear, right? A lot of cats that saying they're leaders, right? But then how do we affect change immediately? You can't get it through words. Violence will have to happen. No. I'm not saying.
No, I see.
I'm not saying that's what needs to happen, but I'm saying that you keep talking to motherfuckers. Just like he just said about the Million Man March. Just like I was like, okay, well, when are we going to get our 40 acres and a mule? When is it going to be enough of this jargon passing, and then they'll say, listen, we got to knock on the door just like Trump niggas did with the White House.
Right.
Well, the same thing. See, this is, and I think we're on it's a thin line, and I want you to jump in on this too, because you got action motherfuckers, but action motherfuckers are usually inspired by the intelligentsia.
Of course.
By the speakers.
Yes.
By the teachers.
Yeah.
So you got motherfuckers now who aren't that smart talking about let's go to action. Well, if you don't have a plan,
right.
If you don't have a strategy, a concept and an idea that can go from, like for instance, chess. You got a start game, a middle game, and an end game. Right? This is an intelligent game. This is, I can't make a move unless I have 4 or 5 moves planned out.
Right.
If I can make one move to set up the 5th move, right? One move to make a trap. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is all intelligence.
Yes.
We live in an anti-intelligent society.
As of now.
Now let me ask you this question. Just like skin color, we talked about it before, just like skin color. It's also articulation that we battle against too. A motherfucker light skin, a motherfucker dark skin. If the motherfucker light skin speaks in broken English, we might perceive that nigga to be hood. If the nigga dark skin speaks in perfect, right? Diction, right? We might think that nigga's a square or a nerd.
Right.
Based on his elocution.
Yeah.
His ability to, speak
himself
really well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga must be raised amongst white folk, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? We suffer from that too, just like we suffer from colorism. What I'm simply trying to say is, brothers, you want to heal the motherfucking black community? Back to the point of what I teach?
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm teaching accountability, personal accountability. Fix your house. You can't fix your house until you fix yourself.
Gangsta shit. That's
Right?
it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You need no explanation. After.
You want to raise a black messiah? You got to conquer the black demon on the inside of yourself. Then you can pass that black messiah seed on to this black woman. Then you can fucking create one because you would have become one. What the fuck are you passing down to your kids? What spiritual currency are we passing down to our children right now? Is it money? Is it possessions? Right? Is it the motherfucking conflict resolution tools we got from our broken house? What are we passing down?
I would prefer to pass down the before the bread, conflict resolution. Because if you look at, like, when you see cats that go to jail, most of these niggas is going off of emotion. He said something to me, I whooped him, he came back shooting. My cousin came back shooting, and it was all off of emotion instead of saying, well, I got beat up today, or I beat him up today. Right? So then if a nigga say, I'm a shooter, then you teach your son that, I'm a shooter. My dad was a shooter.
Look at that.
But you don't know how to be like, well, what the fuck is y'all beefing over? And then if it's like, you know, if it's some, the shitty business I ever never fucked with was the drug gang. Because I was like, that's some house nigga shit. I used to let all the drug dealers know, that's some house nigga shit. If I sold dope, I would have Anglo customers.
Hey.
I know it's, I know.
That's gangster though.
Of course it is.
Now that is gangster.
It's truthful.
We only selling to white folk.
We can't sell to niggas that look like me.
I like that.
I don't give a fuck about my neighborhood. I'm selling to it's their shit.
Wow.
So let's give them back their shit. Let's give them their rat poison, because Nike says, hey, and Philip Morgan say, hey, let's build these institutions. You know, let's call them prisons. Yeah, we gotta find who gonna occupy it. Him, that nigga over there, them niggas over there. Yeah. But then now you say, hey, let's buy and wait. Niggas do Walmart dope dealing.
What is that?
They nickel and diamond. Now you take your goofy ass to Costco or Sam's Club, you buying and wait.
He buying weight now, nigga. Kraig, your thoughts?
Shoot, man, that's a really tough question. I don't know. I feel like I'm a strong guy. I always been like a big strong guy, you know. And you know, but that power really ain't did shit for me. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to figure out some type of empowerment, not just power. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas have guns, and you know, niggas. If you can knock a nigga out in the hood, you just powerful guy. But it ain't really got.
Don't nobody want to be like.
But it's ideas.
Yeah, so idea empowerment. You know what I'm saying? A way of doing things where you can get the maximum benefit with the minimum effort is what I want to pass on.
Well, you hear it in every aspect, right? Say sports, right?
Yeah.
What's Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan always said basketball is 10% physical, 90% mental.
He's always said that.
But in our community, to go back to your point, it's like we know we dumb, but we're afraid to acknowledge that we dumb. So what we do is we attack intelligence so we can feel better about being dumb.
Right. Conflict resolution.
Do you see what I'm saying? Listen, because conflict resolution is talking.
That's it.
Those are ideas.
That's it.
Right? Daniel Pink used to be a speechwriter for Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Has a great book. I try to get all the people who I coach personally to read this book. It's called A Whole New Mind: Why Right-Brainers Will Rule the Future. Elon Musk is a right-brainer. You got the right brain, left brain, right? The right hemisphere, creative. They used to call it the feminine brain. They used to call it stupid because white patriarchy. Wasn't no niggas.
Right.
How black men always revered black women. You go to ancient Kemet, Aset,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Aset, the motherfucking queen, wife, witch, goddess of Osiris. Her name, Aset, her very name, you see it in hieroglyphs. Her name itself means the throne. You can't have a throne unless you're sitting on Aset. Every pharaoh after Osiris sat on the Aset throne. You can't be king without her. We all knew that. Right-brainers, these white people said, oh, the right brain is stupid. That's your patriarchy, sister.
Right.
The right brain is dumb. It don't have no function. It's creative. It thinks outside the box. The left brain is linear. The right brain controls the left side of your body. The left brain controls the right side of your body. Do you understand how this works?
Right.
This dude wrote a whole book talking about how all that hard work shit your grandfather used to do, the nigga go outside and take the carburetor out to take it apart, put that bitch back together. That shit is over. Do you understand? Technology is moving so quickly that what was considered a white collar job is now worth less than a blue collar job. In this book, he's saying, you better get creative. You better start creating shit, because that's where the money is going. That's where the economy is going. Who the fuck created all of these new apps? Who created Uber?
Well, my man Troy, he was on.
Talk
Troy.
about it.
It's my nigga Troy Philly. Yeah.
Right? Brother, right?
Yeah. About as tall as that camera.
We gotta start getting creative.
He that little man. Troy.
But it's hard to be creative when the same nigga you worship in church is the same nigga you worship in your wallet. It's the same people.
Right.
Jesus and Benjamin Franklin.
Jesus Franklin. Janklin.
Right? So now this leads me to this point. How do you create a snitch?
Okay.
Watching that fucking movie pissed me off.
William O'Neill niggas, what we call them from Chicago.
Right? How do you create a snitch? Like, what is that motherfucker made of? I posted something on Instagram where it was a true or false question. I'll pull it up right now. It was a true or false question. And I'm just interested to know. Kraig, I'm gonna come to you first. And like I said, it's a true or false, agree or disagree. And I'm sure there are many different angles, but I set it up this way because I want people to think deeper. But I asked this, I said, poverty is the unleaded fuel that powers the snitch. True or false? Is poverty the unleaded fuel that powers the snitch? Does he just have to be poor?
No.
What else is it that fuels a snitch?
Error in perception.
Keep going.
Yeah, somebody who is not seeing things clearly. They may be jaded by circumstances that poverty created.
Right.
But then those circumstances could, even if you have money, you could still have that mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think that it's necessarily money. I think it is environmental, but I just think it's several different errors in perception, not just like one.
I like that. I like the error in perception, not being able to see what it is. Because when I'm watching this movie, I was thinking, this brother is only 21 years old.
Right.
And he's moving the masses. If I was there, you couldn't pay me to snitch on him.
Right.
Because I could see what it is that he's doing.
Right.
But apparently, you know what I'm saying? It just, your thoughts.
Well,
Is poverty the unleaded fuel
of course.
that fuels the snitch?
Of course. All day.
But is there anything else? Because Kraig said lack of perception.
You gotta understand, people that loves to be an informant, they're not liked. Those self demons that he has. Why don't nobody like me? I can't get the girl I want. They did it in the Black Panther movie.
I see what you're saying.
Why in the fuck I can't be nice to Sara. Sara doesn't like Grady. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find some dirt on her and then I'm gonna put it out there to the world. But I'm gonna get paid for it though. See, it comes with a price. See, if I'm gonna put my life on the line, I need to eat those shrimps that I like, even though they scavengers of the sea, right? And I would love to eat lobster. Shit, that's another scavenger. But white boy said, surf and turf, I got to have that. So for me to give information about her, Kraig, Zoe, Grady, money got to come along with it. So all day long, money is the root of evil.
Well, they said in the movie that the man eventually made over $200,000.
Yeah. It's always bread. It ain't got shit to do with perception.
Well,
It's
no.
always I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm talking about to the idea of a nigga saying, well, I should tell on Kraig. Well, how much you gonna give me, man? Kraig facts. Hey, well, listen. No. If he ain't did shit, oh, you not liked like Kraig.
Right.
You not liked. The girls don't like you. The guys don't want you playing on their basketball team. You can't lift weights with us because we sick of you holding this 90-pound weights for 2.5 months. Nigga, get it off the rack and put it on your chest and do 10. We doing 6 reps. You can't even do 1 chin up.
Right.
You can't do 1 pull up. So fuck it. Let me find another way to be powerful. He just said, everybody just said, man, we want to be powerful in our neighborhood. You supposed to take over your house, then your block, then your neighborhood, then your city. That's how it's supposed to go.
Well, to speak to what Kraig was saying too, a lot of people are disagreeing with this on Instagram. Some people said fear. Some people said snitching is a character demonstration, nothing more, nothing less. Real niggas know.
Yep.
It said paralyzed moral character. Let me see. It said, somebody said that's a factor, but not the only factor. Somebody said, I agree. I believe it also depends on your character as well. But poverty can have you doing things that will make you compromise your integrity, your dignity, and your self-respect.
Put it like this, right? When people started, who invented WorldStar? It's a brother, right?
Yeah.
I forget it's Jay, right? The brother Jay, right? I think he did it just to have fun. Because white folks did it with cops.
Oh, wow.
White folks did it with cops. Now, in certain areas, niggas don't play around with instigating a fight. If I pull my camera out and you two niggas get the woofing, then it becomes a fight. I put that camera, my camera phone, the idiot, and be like, yeah, gonna fight. As soon as y'all get through humbugging, you're supposed to turn that energy on around me. Cause now we letting the other nigga know, don't ever do this again. That's instigating. So, WorldStar didn't make nobody rich. It dumbed down a lot of shit that we do.
Or it made it the preferred entertainment that we go.
That's not entertaining watching people get the shit beat out them. It's not funny.
It speaks
But
to the
I
lowest-
say, but it's some people out here that lives on that frequency.
Well, most people do. Especially in the internet world.
Right.
In the internet world, motherfuckers love goddamn train crash.
I believe that.
They love the plane crash. They love the train wreck that is our people.
But let's just say if a cat that watch ZOWHAT and say watch Mansions, and he said, man, I need to find something to put our people on. I need to get bread. Oh shit, I can make money off of this. It's always gonna come through from poverty. Bullshit sales. Truth, nigga might be middle income.
But you talking about the same shit we started with this.
Yeah.
To me, well, then again, white people different.
Yeah.
White people different.
It's that
Because
shit.
to me, as a black man, if I'm that far ahead in the game, I might take my foot off the pedal.
Okay.
But I think white people understand a little bit more about who we are than we do ourselves.
Of course.
I think they on some old, if we do that, these niggas turn back into gods overnight.
Put it like this, they named us black.
Did they?
It's in there. If you go into their dictionary, that's why they didn't want us to even learn how to read. Remember, you a threat if you intelligent. You are a fucking threat. Remember the rapper Intelligent Hoodlum?
I remember that.
Lord
thing.
Finesse, all these niggas is gorillas upstairs, but then they like, listen, let's Garveyites. Ain't no nigga talking about no Garveyite. Now these don't even know who the fuck they are. They don't even know who Marcus Garvey is.
He
So
was
you-
lost in the end too, though.
Talk to me.
He wouldn't listen to counsel. In a multitude of counsel, they're
Talk
saying-
that shit.
So he let the ego take over. You know, he spent all that money on them boats when he had brothers around him telling him,
See?
don't do that.
Don't do that.
But let's just say if Kraig didn't just throw that historical fact out there,
good.
people wouldn't even know who the fuck he was.
Right.
So that's good. So just because I say here's the name, Kraig said, okay, well he did wrong too. All right, well then, boom. That's not a problem. He didn't snitch. He was just saying he had a movement.
Right.
And he disrupted his own movement because of how you said, how you put
ego. You just stop listening.
You know what's crazy though? Like, I'm listening to you guys and I'm learning. What's really interesting is we ain't gonna never be right with our woman, because we are in competition with the white man who has oppressed us.
Right.
We trying to live his life. We trying to have what he has. And unfortunately, that's like, that's like having a son who wants to do better than the father.
Yeah.
It's like being Jordan's son. But I'm 6'2", nigga. You know what I mean? That's
There's some big shoes to fill. Though. That's some.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why knowledge of self is so important.
Okay.
If you don't have knowledge of self, you envy the life of the oppressor.
Right.
So while we out there hustling for that,
Running around.
chasing
Running
that
around.
shit,
Yeah.
I think we might mimic him in some of his most deplorable ways. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, most definitely, man. I mean, everything we do, from media to sports, is all, they led the way on all that. So we just happen to just be higher, I guess, a more efficient being,
But how do you do that? Like, how do you come to that understanding?
that we're more efficient.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when we participate in things that we don't even create, we become the pinnacle of it. You know what I'm saying?
Basketball.
Just everything.
Right.
Yeah, everything. That's,
Singing, dancing.
yeah. So it's like, I mean, I think we just got comfortable with the attention. We became attention whores. Like, if everybody's noticing how great we are, I won't ask the other questions that I need to be asking, like the behind the scenes shit. You know what I'm saying? So
If you could name two things that could start us off on the road to healing.
yeah.
Like, not nobody else's business. Like, no, we're not asking white people for this, reparations or whatever. Not to say that they don't owe that shit. They do. But I'm saying some internal shit that we could deal with ourselves. What would be the top two things you think we should work on? And I'm coming to you too, Grady, on this one.
I think emotions should be number one. Like, there should be some type of emotional police unit where when a nigga is being just too dramatic or too emotional, you call the line and like 20 niggas show up. Like, nigga, stop being a bitch, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you? You about to leave your kids because you don't get along with this hoe? Or you want to kill this nigga? You know what I mean? There needs to be an emotional police unit.
The overreaction cops.
The overreaction cop. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And then there needs to be another unit that you have to check in with before you spend your money outside the community. You know
An
what I'm saying?
advisory board.
Yeah, like, when you about to buy what? Oh no, man, it's a black place on
Oh no, that's good.
5th and Union. You can
They
go
sell
to.
the same shit,
Yeah,
nigga.
go on over there, man.
It might be 50 cents more,
Yeah.
but they sell the same shit.
Matter of fact, stay home. They'll deliver it to you, nigga. But just don't go around spending your money recklessly like it don't have no power attached to it.
Damn, those were two gems. Grady, two things.
Forgiveness. You have to be able to deal with self-forgiveness. You have to be able to accept this was my fault, because you have little boys and little girls watching daddy or uncle. Be able to say, okay, well, dang, I want to be like them, but then daddy doesn't say, hey man, I went about it the wrong way. I spent 50 years trying to prove something.
Wow.
Right? So how do you do that? You have to be able to work on yourself and say,
You got a lot of niggas who hate spiritual concepts because it's intangible. And forgiveness is a spiritual concept.
and I think and just with forgiveness, learn how to speak when spoken to. Shut the fuck up. If you don't know, ask. Do this. I don't know what you're talking about, so Kraig, I never heard that. What is that? Sarah, what is this? Niggas are too busy trying to be right. Who gives a fuck? And if you don't have a exit strategy, so what? He don't know how to fight. Are you gonna teach him?
Right.
So what? He doesn't have a car. You gonna help him get one? What is your thought process? Raise yourself so you can raise your children. Once you come out of mommy and daddy, raise yourself now. Forgive yourself for the bullshit you did. Forgive the mama that, hey, you laid with her. Don't be mad. I had to do it. It's the best shit in the world. You have to forgive yourself. Like, listen, man.
That forgiveness piece is big.
You have to forgive yourself to say, I made a lot of mistakes. And who gives a fuck if I made them?
Right.
I'm not perfect, but I have to try to do better because I got 3 soldiers watching.
What about dick policing in our community?
All day.
Because I think young men need dick management.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Being with a broad don't mean you gotta have sex with her.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need, but I'm just saying, I think we need dick management.
Yeah,
because ultimately, if you apply everything that you guys are talking about, and then you couple that with reproduction, responsibility, being responsible before you reproduce with somebody, then you've done serious internal work. You've done some serious objective observation of the woman you're about to deal with. Because what if you went into the sex act or the family building act with the intent to produce a black messiah, male or female?
Right.
Well, like, people don't understand when we get into the tantra shit, the tantric yoga and all that sex shit, sex is for manifestation.
Right.
And it doesn't just have to be a child. It could be a business, it could be a project, it could be whatever. But what if you went into that shit with the intent to produce that type of child?
Right.
You gotta understand, that's when you have sex with the chick, you are really changing and exchanging spirits.
Energy, yeah. Spirits, energy, yeah.
So if the broad and you don't fit, you can't sleep with her, man. You just cannot sleep with her.
Because now this shit is like this, it's all entangled.
Right? Now, you're going to have some that's just like, I just want to see you do well. And some going to be like, well, I just want to stay attached to you. And some will be like, if you don't do what I say, then I'm going to mess your life up.
Right.
That's changing spirits, exchanging your joint with hers. Because she got that womb, and it's warm, and we want it. And we looking at her because she was at the sock hop playing. She up and listening to We Love Them Black Legs.
It's warm and I want it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We want it. We eating that fried chicken in the back, and we drinking that brown or that vodka or that what you call it, that corn whiskey.
Corn whiskey.
Right? We drinking it. She just looking good. All she doing just walking across the stage or walking across to the bathroom talking to her girls. We just like, look at that ass and them hips and them legs. I gotta have whatever her name is. But not knowing, we don't even know her.
But our disunity, our infighting, is the reason why questions like this go unanswered by our people, which is, why.
Do you think we should let them say something to us first?
No, listen to this. Why domestic terrorism is not specifically designated as a crime in the U.S. The reason why domestic terrorism isn't designated as a crime in the U.S. is because most of the domestic terrorists are white. As we saw, the motherfuckers January 6th take over the goddamn Capitol.
Right.
The tiki torch niggas.
Yeah.
They took over the Capitol and were allowed to do so.
Right.
That's because white criminality isn't prosecuted at the same rate as black criminality.
Freedom.
Most of them were police officers.
So now the bottom line turns into, if they allow this kind of shit, because it's war. These are people. We're on the same side as them. Let them do, they just having a tantrum. Fuck that. Let them do what they doing. That's how they dealt with Donald Trump and all these white people.
Right.
Do you know if they would have caught Pence in his office, they planned to hang him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it was on. That was the propaganda. Yeah, they really meant that. A lot of
Pence would have been in that office.
Yeah, they was gonna hang him. Yep.
Come on, man.
That's some wild shit.
Now, this motherfucker was acquitted. This is war. They cool with their side. Oh, are we infighting? That's all right. None of these niggas is really going to jail. Oh yeah, the motherfucker with the horns and shit that was in there. This
The white
motherfucker,
boy, the vegan nigga.
he on a specialized diet,
Wasn't he a
and the
vegan?
U.S.
Yeah,
government
he was
is giving this nigga his food. They don't do that shit for black people.
No.
And while all this is happening, we still at war with each other. We still fighting with each other. They're still infighting with each other. And we don't have the power structure or the infrastructure to be able to do what they do to their criminals. They just acquitted a nigga who was motherfucking impeached twice. He's now been acquitted twice.
Wow.
This is history in the making. This is historical shit.
Remember, this is where he's from. Doesn't matter, G. These are same. We're looking for people to be accountable
But all
for their
you
own
said-
bullshit.
All you telling me is, this is my niggas' language right here. We got on the away jerseys.
I agree.
So if we the road team, nigga,
Right.
if America ain't a home game for us, nigga, you mean to tell me unity ain't that much more important?
Man,
But niggas don't want that. They don't want it. Because
Kraig, why don't niggas want unity? Do we not want
as
it?
a whole. As a whole,
As a whole, do we not want it, or is it difficult to acquire? What the fuck? Is the house disunified? What is it?
I mean, I feel like we want it, but I feel like we don't want it as much as we want whatever we want for ourselves. You know what I mean? I think, self-preservation is number one.
So you're saying it dwindles down to an individual level?
Yeah, definitely. Like, we want our people to be together, but if I got to sell this crack, nigga, fuck it. Because I got to do what I got to do. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I want a good woman, but if this bitch keep talking back, I'm just hit her in the mouth. Fuck it, I like women, I don't hate women, but this bitch right here, I'm gonna fuck this bitch out. You know,
This is why the young girl was like, y'all niggas hate us.
so I just think it's that self-preservation. We can't see past what we need as individuals, and unity is being a part of something bigger than yourself. So,
If you can't see outside the boundaries of yourself,
how you going?
The
great
crazy
point.
thing is we out here in entertainment, right? I was watching Spike Lee and Denzel were talking about how come we never partnered up with Eddie Murphy and do a film.
Right.
Some niggas really believe, like, well, Eddie was the last one to put on a bunch of new or no-name cats
Right.
in Harlem Nights. That's a fact.
In a major movie.
In a
bullshit movie.
Right?
it was a major movie.
Yeah.
So how come they'll say, I should say, Spike Lee can't work with Will Smith. Denzel can't work with some other cat. I forget Antoine Fuqua.
Right.
But he did work with him on Training Day. Right? So Tyler Perry should go work with someone else. Niggas just don't like to share because of sharing the light is an issue.
Right.
Sharing the light is a fucking issue.
But
for
if it
niggas.
ain't your light,
That's right.
No. We're saying no. You can't,
Wait a minute.
You can't change the narrative. You just said as a whole.
right?
As a whole, that's an individual situation. You don't want to share with this nigga
Right.
because of what exactly? But then if I share it with him, he shares with you, we share with her, don't we look way more attractive? You look way more attractive if you're like, yo, they getting together. Because guess what? Seth Rogen will say, hey, Adam Sandler is the leader. Now let's bring Seth over here. Franco, bring your ass over here. Judd Apatow, here we go. This is what they do. Niggas ain't smart enough to do it.
I ain't gonna say we're not smart enough.
So if that's the case, we'll be doing it on a major level. I want to hear that shit.
The Wayans did it. I mean,
The Wayans did it.
we tried, but the infrastructure is built.
Say it again. We try.
We try.
All right. So once we say, hey, man, it don't work, let's go and do some other
They
shit.
won't let us globalize it though. Like
You
whoever-
can still pay for your own promo.
No, I agree. But like the distribution avenues and the people who control what goes out to the world and the monetary money you can gain from it, they don't want niggas to have that type of.
No.
Just like they didn't say, I ain't gonna say they didn't say, just like My mother and them, your mother, your grandmother, nobody ever expected to see President Obama as chief.
Right.
So who gives a shit? If the road is to keep going, you'll get there. Stop complaining like, well, they don't want us to have it. No, nigga, keep moving.
Right.
We just seen dude get in office, right? Off of their shit. They allowed him that, right? Mm-hmm. People liked Obama. We liked him. We loved dude. No infractions on this situation. I mean, you got some people that's like, I'm not really for him or whatever, but as a whole, what he did for black people, just to win,
Right.
that's it. That's the goal. Fuck all the individual, well, they don't want us to, no, so what? They said we couldn't do commercial TVs with facial hair. I got 20 of them. I got 20 commercials. They don't even allow niggas with these on there. Got 20 of them. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
You done pissed Sarah off. Sarah,
No, a win is not enough.
There you go.
It's not
Sarah
enough.
said a win ain't enough.
Yeah, this way I'm becoming president. I mean, that's
I'm
cool
with
to
you.
see, but
I'm saying, but that don't mean so he will influence other little black guys that say, hey man, let's get in office. Cause we both know if a nigga gangbanging, he can't stop shit. He ain't even friends with the alderman.
Right.
Real gangbangers gonna be cool with the alderman. Real drug niggas is gonna be cool with the alderman. You can't be sitting up here talking about
You
Willie.
mean Alderman Davis?
Ooh, not Alderman Davis.
Well, I don't know who he is.
Oh, good
Some
time.
good.
You throw out a fictitious character, but I'm just saying.
That was the first time I heard. Oh, we don't have aldermen here.
Who the fuck is that?
No, but I'm just saying. and she's right. One ain't enough, but it's something to look for. That's all.
As far as like unity is concerned, what level of unity is like? Because some people believe, okay, I'm with you on a certain level,
Right.
but not
That's a whole.
altogether.
But even the points you bringing up right now, the shit get weird. Because let me just say, this shit is weird.
Yeah, it is. It is.
These motherfuckers blew up the building the Panthers were in.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers was on the FBI watch list because they created a breakfast program.
Yeah. Right, straight out, man.
Nigga, breakfast. We want to make sure niggas is eating in the morning. The kids is eating in the morning.
3,000 kids.
Now, we need to see where the motherfucking Black Messiah at, because he could be passing out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That was a criminal offense. I'm just trying to juxtapose how bad it is, right?
Uh-huh.
Trump incited a riot on the U.S. Capitol, where if they would have caught any
Grady.
public official in that bitch, something would have happened. If Pence would have been caught in there, he would have got ghosted.
Dead.
The Black Panthers was making sandwiches, my nigga.
Yeah, straight up.
So I hear y'all talking about
Here is the black revolutionary.
These niggas is like, hey, there's certain levels of unity. I can only be unified at this level. Nigga, you need to be unified on every level when you dealing with this type of injustice.
Because you a black revolutionary.
But niggas think in pockets.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we too busy helping them stratify us. So, you know, I can't deal with certain types of niggas. Who gonna be there?
So you saying-
That's our favorite shit. Who gonna be there?
Yeah, right.
Zoe talking.
Who coming?
Zoe gonna be there. I will be there.
So you saying they killed Bunchy Carter over a pig in a blanket?
Damn.
That's fucked up, man.
Damn, Chris.
Grape juice and crackers.
Man, we try to do some community outreach type shit, and that is seen as a threat. Any level of comfort that we try to provide to our own community is seen as, don't let these niggas be fortified by nothing positive.
Right.
It's gotta all be hustle, grind, and struggle.
And then sometimes we just get into it with who gonna be the leader. That's a main situation.
Well, I learned this from Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones said some cold shit, man.
For the world.
No, just about albums and records.
That nigga said
We are the world.
He did.
We are the world, nigga. That's what I learned.
Quincy deep as motherfucker.
Nah, but he was he was specifically talking about hip hop. And he was like, nigga, it's hip hop's time. Well, what am I supposed to do? Stand in the way? No, it's hip hop's time.
Hip hop time, man.
And then when you hear him talk about how he put together the Back on the Block,
Gotta understand.
shit, man, you know,
Hip hop's time, man.
it's hip hop's time, you know. Shit. But he
Tevin
combined all those genres.
Campbell.
Hip hop in '90 is popping.
Tevin Campbell was there, you know. It's Luther, Tupac, he came, and it's just successful to be because when you have people like that in hip hop, I just think that Stevie Wonder myself.
No, but he was smart because he didn't let, you know, the youngsters feel like they weren't a part of the legends. And he didn't let the legends try to talk down on the youngsters.
Yeah.
And that's how you get the Back on the Block album. You know, and
Beautiful
then
album.
he brought in Tevin, because what he said was, you already had the established guys, you had the guys that were coming, and it was their time, and then you had the youth.
To me, yeah.
So the established motherfuckers, the legends, Miles and Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan and all those guys, okay, y'all had y'all run. It's hip hop's turn. Melly Mel, Kool Mo D, Ice-T, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
It's their time.
Yeah.
So they led the album, and he built around them with all of those accentuary pieces. Brought in Tevin as the future. Do you see?
To me, yeah.
Past, present,
Yeah.
and future. So again, man,
And he had the seasoned cats in there like James Ingram and Barry White.
yeah, but
So,
all of them seasoned cats,
Yeah,
you already did it.
gotcha.
This is undergirding what's now, and hip hop was now at
Yes.
that time.
Yes.
So we got to do the same thing in our communities. We got to plan using the wisdom of the elders. We got to take advantage of the youngsters that are doing it now, and then we got to prepare for the future. But as long as we're dependent, codependent, in a toxic relationship with white supremacy and its handouts, it's gonna be a hard road. Because I feel like anybody could turn over on anybody at any time based on their dependence, their codependence.
Right. Yeah, we gotta love, we gotta love ourselves as a people as much as Quincy loves music. Because Quincy he loves music, man. He's like, if you look at that documentary on his life, he traveled the world learning music.
Yeah.
Chicago nigga.
Yeah, and that's why he's able to not look at hip hop, being new as conceding or losing something.
Right.
Because this is about music. This
Yeah.
ain't about the type of music I like. This is just about
Music.
the culture of music.
In general. Yeah.
So that's
yeah. Craig, tell people where they can find you, man.
Oh man, you can find me on my website, thekraigsmith.com. You can also find me on my podcast, Kraig Facts.
Craig Facts is killing, dog. I'm fucking with Craig
I
Facts.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, you doing good work, brother. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me. I learned a lot from you, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, let's just continue to work, man. That's how I look at it. Just continue to work, man, because at some point I ain't gonna be doing it no more.
Right.
So somebody's got to take over the baton and keep the shit popping. So
Definitely.
and you got the right momentum cracking for that right now. So continue to do the work, man.
For sure.
Cash App is Bullyfoot.
Oh, the Cash
Oh, yeah,
App.
Cash App is $Bullyfoot.
$Bullyfoot.
Oh, and I also I'm gonna be, I'm getting back on the stand-up grind soon. I'm gonna be doing a couple mysterious, private, invite-only shows, man. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be limited.
What you gonna do, man? Maryland's?
Maryland. Was Chef Maryland?
I'm just Maryland's backstreet.
I'm gonna find some spot. I gotta get back into that's my craft, man. That's what I love, stand-up. So I gotta get back hot on that, But
Righteous.
be looking out for that, y'all.
Righteous. And of course, my nigga, Grady.
You can catch me on Twitter, Instagram at Grady Comedy. Right now, YouTube is showing me a lot of love with Alpha Nation. Cash App, $ Ray Grady 9. Alpha Male Comedy Tour City coming soon. We got like 18 dates. So I put my own money up, and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Man, let's get this work, man. I appreciate everybody. Oh, wait a minute, Sarah. What's your Cash App?
My Cash App is $ Sundays with Sara.
$ Sundays with Sara. Sara is spelled without an H. Sara. That's it? All right. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. And I love the fact that we pre-recorded this because I felt like we wasn't distracted by the internet and all the other shit. We were just able to have a real conversation. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to upload this ASAP. And I'm going to holla at y'all next week with the next ZOWHAT show. Thank you. Deuces.
Salute.
Great show.
Appreciate it, big bro.
So you gonna get out of the podcast and stuff, huh?
At some point. Did you know that every person you meet has 2 lighthouses? What do you mean, 2 lighthouses? Yes, the seen and the unseen. Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I have a new book called The Shrouded Lighthouse, How to Uncover the Silver Lining in Every Situation Shift. I delve deep into the inner work that needs to be done in order to mature spiritually. Now, this book is the follow-up to my 2019 release, The Holographic Relationship. In this book, I will talk about the 2 lighthouses. Go to my website right now to pre-order. The pre-order link is theshroudedlighthouse.com. The first 500 people to do so, you will get an autographed copy. Thank you all for supporting my work. We're about to change the game with this book. I appreciate you guys for always supporting the work that I do. I look forward to getting your feedback on this new book. Thank you.